Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV and another edition of the Extra Time Show. We start this week with a comment from last week. We had 5-star Firmino said, "Lewis, you didn't talk about the squad going to Manga in Spain for training. That's because I wouldn't have had anything to talk about this week." So yeah, the Reds were off on a mini pre-season, as Klopp was kind of calling it, and they arrived in Manga in style. Bobby Firmino and Alberto Moreno riding up on bikes there. Got a few of the other lads. It's just weird to see footy players doing anything that normal people do, isn't it? You just see them riding around in Rolls Royces all the time. So yeah, you've got his bloody beam and smile, like a headlight for his bike, and Moreno there with his bike, only going left because he hasn't got a right foot. Yeah, so what happens in Manga stays in Manga. What have they been doing there? Well, apparently, according to Jurgen Klopp, he done an FA Cup style draw, because we're not in the real thing, about which bedrooms each player would be playing in. I remember Rafa used to say he'd have the right back. Steve Finnan would stay with Dirk Kuyt, and Risa would stay with like Harry Kewell, or saying that, it was like Aurelio would stay at Risa because Kewell was injured. So Klopp done an FA Cup style draw, and we had Lallana in with Manager, we had Henderson in with Ojo, and Milner with Sadio Mane. Can't imagine how that kind of bedroom would be like, going on, Mane doing African dancing and Milner getting his head down with a cup of tea next to his bed. But yeah, so it's nice to see the lads are bonding with each other even on holiday. And I did see a thing on Facebook about a guy who painted his son's bedroom with like a mural thing. We've got a little picture of it here. Absolutely class room, by the way. I was lucky to have anything red. I had a Jake the Snake bedsheet, that was it. But this is the kind of stuff we talk about when Liverpool don't play. If I thought it was hard putting the show together when we lost, when we don't play, it's even harder. But we've got pictures of training. We've got Klopp there doing his best impression of Lecky Legs. So what will they be doing whilst we're training? We had James Blair said last week, we need a plan B for the lower sides. Them having 10 men behind the ball, it's hard to play the way we do. And then we'll go and get counter-attacked. If the game opened up a bit, we could run these sides into the ground with our pace and catch them on the counter. So he wants us to sit a bit deeper, and there has been talk about, do we need a target man? Do we need to just learn how to break these teams down slowly but surely? Or do we need a new formation? So let me know what you think in the comments on that one. Simon Mignolet was posting on Twitter saying, focused on working in training, but always great to smile and have fun with the team. So he is smiling. And I was thinking, the Spurs game, it would have been a big game to drop Simon Mignolet. Personally, I would have done it, but Klopp didn't do it, and because I suppose it was a big game. Do you think coming back now after this break, does Karius go in, because their mistakes won't be forgotten? Bear in mind, he did make a brilliant save against Son, which kind of kept us in the game at that point, but, you know, we smashed him in the end. Jordan Henderson has signed up to some new advertising thing about, I don't know, fitness or something. So he's put a picture on his Instagram looking ripped to shreds, where you can win a training session with Jordan Henderson. Don't know what that'd involve, probably just running around the field about 4 million times like a donkey, but you know what, he's got the stamina there, Captain Fantastic. So one man that has been sent back from Manga is Daniel Sturridge. He is not so much injured his throat or injured his immune system or something like that. He said, "Lil virus ting, nothing crazy. I'll be training with the boys. Contagious ting." Ting? Well, it's not rum and ting. It's not like the H is actually that far on the keyboard. It's not like a Q. Don't go all the way over there. Shut up, Daniel Sturridge. Just say thing. Master Cookie said, I hope he gets well soon as well. Master Cookie said, the Redmen TV will not reply. Where do you think we will finish this season? I think a lot of that comes down to the next 3 games, and then there'll be 10 games left in the season. Personally, I think we're going to finish third. I can't look past Chelsea and City for first and second, but I do think we'll be best of the rest. Hopefully, United don't qualify for Champions League as well. On to the under-23s this week. So following on from a goal rush last week where we won 6-2, the lads lost at home 2-1 to Derby with a last-minute goal, like, losing the game for them. It was a weird game. It was not so much that we weren't playing well, it was just sloppy passes in the middle of the park. So for the first goal and the last goal, it was just a breakdown of play in the centre circle, and we kind of just got countered. The goal that we scored was a hilarious own goal on their part on the hour mark. Corner crossed in, guy like kneecaps it, and it just goes in, and yeah, hilarity. But yeah, Liam Miller, actually, the Canadian, he has gone to the 2017 CONCACAF Under-20s Championship, so he's playing for Canada there. We've also got Brooks Lennon. He played 90 minutes on the right wing for USA, so the young lads getting international experience at the unders level, so good luck to them. The under-18s, should I say, but they are under-20 as well. Glenn McCauley, Rafael Camacho and Okara Simmons scored in a 3-1 victory, I think. So yeah, we've got the young lads playing well, and they're always looking to step up. With regards to the loanees, it was not the best week for Liverpool loanees. John Flanagan played, where Burnley were beaten in the shock of the round against non-league sides. Joey Barton actually stole all the headlines. He's just, you run out of words to describe Joey Barton. Tell me some of the words you'd use to describe him. I can't say it on camera because my dad watches. Ryan Kent got booked for diving in a 3-1 win against Aston Villa, so he played quite well, but didn't get an assist, didn't get a goal, but he is playing well. Ryan Fulton, he's been unwell, so not played in the last 2 games. Think he's got a little virus thing, who knows. Danny Ward, he keeps playing well. Huddersfield are 3rd in the Championship. They've got Man City in the FA Cup, but I don't think he's part of the FA Cup kind of squad for Huddersfield. But they're playing really well. Jack Dunn, young Scouse lad, as we know, went on loan to Tranmere Rovers. We've got a picture of him here, getting like basically bummed, getting manhandled in a 2-0 win over Eastleigh. And Lloyd Jones, some bad news for him because he scored an own goal in a 2-1 defeat. So not the best looking week for the loanees. Sacco weren't really up to much either, which is always a shout. The transfer targets of the week. We got, how the fuck does this Lewis prick not know who Nyangalan is? It's pronounced Nyangalan. I knew it was, I was just a bit friggin' knackered, and I had not seen it spelt out like that, so can only apologise, and I'm actually not that arsed either. So Billy Simpson said, got some targets for you, Alan at Napoli, or Alan, however you want to say it. Not far off. We've got enough Brazilians called Alan in one. But so he also said another guy called Taimu Bakayoko. Listen, the last Yoko to come to Liverpool destroyed a group of lads that were quite good for the city, but I've had a look at him, Bakayoko. He plays for Monaco, the top of the league in France. He reminds me of Moussa Dembele in the same way. He uses his body, he's quite tall and rangy, uses his body to get in between players. Good pass on him, not scared to have a shot, but he's not the best at shooting, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword there. Yeah, he's played for French under-23s, under-21s and under-18 level. Not yet got a senior cap, but he's kind of like the poor man's Pogba, although at that price, I think everyone's the poor man's Pogba. Could be the next best thing. He's a lot more agile than Emre Can and or Emre Can, as you want to call him. Do you think Emre Can's still got a future? I know it's a bit in doubt whether he could be going to one of the top sides in Europe. But no, he does look good, this Bakayoko, so keep your eye on him. I'd suggest going for him. He's tall, he's quick, he's athletic, and he's quite powerful. I think that's what we need in the Premier League, and if Klopp is to change his formation, I do think he'd fit in a defensive too. Comments of the week. We had Irishman say, the idea that people from outside Liverpool are not proper fans is ridiculous. Does that mean Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, Kenny Dalglish and Ian Rush were not genuine Liverpool legends because they weren't local? No, and this does come up quite a lot. You'll have Scouse lads saying, you've got no affiliation to the club and things like that. I'm the opposite way. Like as much as I love Liverpool, I know I don't love Liverpool. As some of these people that travel from Egypt and Australia, they actually like adore the club. I mean, I love the club as much as the next guy, but there's some fans out there that take it to the next level. Providing you love the club, providing you sing, providing you're passionate about the team, then I've got no problem with where you're from, to be honest with you. Captain Brother said, he's like a Muppet. If you imagine a hand, he was the guy who said I'm like a puppet. Mate, you don't need to imagine hands to think I'm a puppet. That's all I will say. Lindsay Kiernan said, and I read this out because we don't get many female comments, so just trying to balance the old gender spectrum there. She said, if you went to a fancy dress as Howard Wolowitz, would anyone realise you had made any effort? We've had that shout before. I've done that in my stand-up thing, but you know, thanks for getting involved, Lindsay. Rojo Boxador said, I wish Jibril Cisse dropped the cup on your little smug face, smug as a bug, mate, when you were winning cups. And AJ Wasp said, Lewis, please tell me what what you have or what you take, no matter what, and no matter what shitty comments someone writes about you, you are always upbeat and positive. I love Scousers, funny as you'll never walk along. Mate, it's just about perspective, isn't it? You can get angry and you can get upset, but it's useless if you take people's negative emotion and just laugh at it. And you know, I've done a lot of stand-up and I've been heckled by rooms and manx, so a few comments on the internet don't bother me. Byron Roberts or Hiron Roberts said, Lewis, did you get lucky on V-Day, mate? A gentleman never tells. Did you? Let me know, and I'll get my sock out. Questions to ask yourself this week then. Little conspiracy for you. Did Klopp play a weekend side in the FA Cup so we could go out and he could take them on a training trip to like stop the rot? Does Can still have a future at Liverpool with contract talks going and there's news about midfielders possibly coming into the club? Do we need a new formation coming back from this training session out in Spain? And with Miggs's high profile mistakes, I know we did play against Spurs last week, is it time to drop him and bring in Carey or something? Because we've got a good kind of thing going on there. Let me know in the comments. Do like, do share, do subscribe to the Redmen channel as well, and most of all, take it easy.